Hey folks, welcome back to GP Reactions. I hope you're well. I hope you're having a great day. And we're currently midweek through the week, Wednesday. So hopefully just a couple of days to the weekend again. So I just want to, before I get to this track, and I'm really excited to get to this track, I want to thank everybody that has subscribed, commented, dropped me suggestions either in the comments section or through Buy Me a Coffee, which I always appreciate a donation. It really kind of helps the channel out as well. I've got through quite a few pairs of headphones. I'm not sure what I do to break them, but they just seem to kind of fall apart, disintegrate on me. And yeah, every little penny helps. So I really do appreciate that. And of course, I do take the suggestions for music from both Buy Me a Coffee and through the comments section. And I will try and get round to all the suggestions eventually. I do have an ever increasing list. So if you're patient, I will get round to it. It might not be this week or this month, but it will happen eventually. So really, really glad I'm going to be reacting to this track because I was really, really surprised when I read that Ultravox had not only did they have an album out in September 1981, which was their fifth studio album called Rage in Eden, but they had a hit in the August of 1981 called The Thin Wall, and I remember two Ultravox tracks from this year, and they might have had another one actually, which I think I may have reacted to, or Stood Still, I think. That might be in from this year as well, but I remember that there was Vienna right at the beginning of 1981, and then at the end, which I've also reacted to, there was The Voice. But I honestly do not remember this one. It's called The Thin Wall, and this is the first track on side B. And indeed, on this album, I think we've also got The Voice, which was track one on side A. So the two hits that they had, side A and B. So we've got Warren Count on drums and percussion, Chris Cross on bass and synths, Billy Curry on synths, piano, violin, Midge on lead vocals, guitars and synths. And it's great really because both Midge and Billy Curry were, while Ultravox, the I suppose the new generation Ultravox um, was being, I guess, planned. Both Midge and Billy Curry were playing with different bands. I think Midge went off with Thin Lizzy, and Billy Curry was playing with Gary Newman. There's various other people as well, but it's really, really interesting that their whole aim was to come back and sort of like, suppose, reform Ultravox into what it became post 1979, and so it's really, really cool that this is in 1981. So yeah, without further ado, I think this is a top of the pops performance. Just actually looking there to see who wrote this. So it's written by Midshew and okay, so is that Chris Cross, Christopher Thomas Allen? Don't know, but definitely written by Midshew. So top of the pops. This might be an overdubbed version, but that's fine because I've never heard this track anyway, and be really, really interesting to see it performed as well. So touch wood, just want to get blocked. So here we go. Such a great sound. It's building as well. Wow. So I think already in this song we're delving into what feels like something that's very very current, very contemporary, which is this idea that when we say people have woken up to what's really going on. And that just one line really just leapt out at me just now, and it says, "And those who know will always feel their backs against the thin wall," because I'm guessing that the thin wall is an illusion. It's an illusion that we are always penned in between these walls, and we can never break the mold of these walls. We can never break out. But it's an illusion created by those in power, I'm guessing, looking at this, that want to keep us within those walls. And if only we could wake up, then we might stand a chance of breaking through this wall, because it ain't that thick. And what a fantastic opening few lines. Let's just take that back.
Old men who speak of victory shed light upon their stolen life. They drive by night and act as if they're moved by unheard music. To step in time and play the part with velvet voices, smooth and bold. Their power games a game no more along the chance to use it. And those who see will fade and die, and those who love will surely fall, and those who know will always feel their backs against the thin wall.
So I'm just going to take that back. I really loved that bit just then, and I'm going to try and let this play through to the end actually. But just these little bits of this that really kind of grip me. That was like a chant, a reinforcing mantra of. I mean, I even forgot the lyrics.
Play the part with
Just
velvet voices, smooth and bold. Their power games a game no more along the chance to use it. And those who see will fade and die, and those who love will surely fall, and those who know will always feel their backs against the thin
wow.
wall. And those who dance will spin and turn, and those who wait will wait no more, and those who talk will hear the word, and those who see will fade and die, and those who love will surely fall, and those who know will always feel their backs against the thin and those who dance, and those who wait, and those who
That was brilliant. Really, honestly, truthfully, hand on my heart, that was brilliant. Just the sounds in that as well. The very sort of crisp, deadbeat piano, and that kind of like fizzing guitar sound as well. Um, just there was so much in this song. It was incredibly interesting and cool. But most of all, I think it was the lyrics that really sort of hit me full on. And so I'm going to jump straight to the lyrics first of all. Um, the sound is on the vision's move. The image dance starts once again. They shuffle with a bovine grace, like cows, and glide in syncopation. Um, I'm not sure what the word syncopation means, but I'm guessing I'm guessing this means that their animals will kind of follow the herd. We're following the herd. Just living lines from books we've read, with atmospheres of days gone by, with paper smiles, the screenplay calls a message for the nation. So, am I kind of thinking that this is maybe referencing people who are older who um, always look like maybe not nostalgically, but they look at their own sort of history and maybe judge the future by their history um, and they kind of like I'm guessing with paper smiles that's something that's kind of thin. It's very one dimensional, so it's possibly not. Um, it's a bit disingenuous, not genuine, and I guess we think of politicians when we think of people like that. And those who sneer will fade and die, and those who laugh will surely fall, and those who know will always feel their backs against a thin wall. So yeah, I mean that one line, it just really, really kind of made me feel like when people get when the veil drops, and this is happening a lot actually these days. Because of social media, one of the bad things about social media is people get absorbed with triviality. One of the good things about social media is that people absorb information about how the world works, how the world is run. Some of it might be false. Some of it might have, you know, a ring of truth about it, and where the bits add together, you kind of then you start to kind of see, and but not everybody will see that because whilst some people have really big careers, important jobs. Money's rolling in, life is good. Why could the world be bad for them? So they'll never ever get to see the injustices that maybe people a little bit lower down the scale actually feel. And I kind of think this is one of those things where and they always say this is really interesting. They always say that conspiracy theories are driven by people on low income who kind of feel that the world is out to get them, and because they didn't get this because that's happened and it's run by them. So it's almost like sneered at by other people, and yeah. So and those who sneer will fade and die, and those who laugh will surely fall. So um, being and just a little segue, being that I have a paranormal channel as well on YouTube, it is often if I mention paranormal to people at work, I do get laughed at, I do get sneered at, and people think it's a joke. But you know what? There's a little bit of truth in lots of areas and if you just be blind to it because your life is comfortable. Your life is good. If you're blind to all these little dark corners, then one day the darkness will rise, and you will have to then wake up very, very quickly. So I love the whole premise of this song. Grey men who speak of victory, that shed light upon their stolen life. They drive by night and act as if they're moved by unheard music. To step in time and play the part with velvet voices smooth and cold. Their power games, a game no more, and long the chance to use it. I love the poetry of it. I love the rhyming. And yeah, I mean, I couldn't define exactly what that verse was about, but the grey men who speak of victory, I'm thinking military, again, politicians, velvet voices, cold smooth and cold. So quite seductive, velvety type of voice that talks to you, that wins you over. But ultimately, if you step away and take a look, the actions are quite cold. It's all calculated. There's an agenda, a plan, and winning over people to get people um, to live in fear, to give up what they've got, their freedoms. It always starts with velvety, smooth voices, with cold intent. Um, those and the last chorus has brings a little bit of hope, I think, to this. And those who dance will spin and turn. Those who wait will wait no more, and those who talk will hear the words. So it's basically saying that even if you're maybe the quiet ones, even if you are a little distracted, and eventually you will start talking about this kind of stuff, you will hear truths that you cannot deny because the evidence is overwhelming. And those who sneer will fade and die. So yeah, so the meek shall inherit the earth, I guess. Uh, and yet those who would know will always feel their backs against the thin wall. Because nobody likes to hear the truth, Sometimes it goes against what we want to feel about life, and yeah, and some people say, yeah, it's better just to, if I bury my head in the sand, it's ignorance is bliss. Yeah, but sometimes when things get so bad, other people will have been working with that knowledge for a long, long time and have more readiness about it. But when things get really, really bad, for some people it comes as a big, big shock. And we've had a few events in the world where this has happened. So, what a fantastic song! Let me just. I'm going to try and zip back and get a bit of the flavour of the music as well. The beginning was great. I'm assuming that's electronic percussion. It's kind of welling up of the keys there to very ascending, so that it's about to throw you into the knowledge of a song.
The sound is on the visions move, the image dance starts once again. This shuffle.
And you know what? I was watching a performance with Midturian from a group called Slick, and I think that was 1976. And it's weird, because when he's singing, I can't remember what it was now. Was it Requiem? His movements were kind of the same, but it was a different type of song, so it gave you a different kind of vibe. But with this, he's using very similar movements, and I guess that's what certain artists develop the this knowledge of how to perform, and it's something that they comfortably fit into. But it comes across with a different vibe, and I really like that because it hasn't lost any of maybe it hasn't suddenly changed everything to be a different character for this band. He's brought with him his stagecraft into this song from the 70s.
With a bow, vibration, glide and syncopation. Just living lines from books we've read. And those who love will surely fall, and those who know will always feel the backs against the thing.
That was great. That was really reinforcing the lyrics, like a chant, like that kind of mantra where you say things repeatedly and back them up. Yeah, that was really powerful. I'm guessing when this song came out, it was probably quite meant to be quite dystopian. It might have been a commentary on the politics and state of the world during that time. 1980 was a quite dark time. 1981 had a bit more colour, a little bit more hope, but still we're under this cloud of potential nuclear war. So, trusting the people. who kind of run your life, I guess, politicians, governments. Um, it kind of wears a little bit thin when you think that they're about to blow each other to smithereens, and you got to go along with it. Um, so there's with a lot of songs around 8081, it had a really dystopian feel to them. I mean, there's melancholy in the way he's delivering his vocal right now, but there's also anxiety inducing synth music as well. So everything that kind of makes one feel paranoid is captured in this very sort of microcosm of a couple of uh, a couple of like vocal bars. And I really love that. I mean, it's to actually affect that kind of feeling without actually knowing that it's not overt what they're trying to do. But it just kind of captures you there. It feels very anxious. Um, that makes it great. Great. That electric guitar or something. That's fantastic.
Men who speak of victory shed light upon their stolen life. They drive by night and act as if chance to use. And those who see will fade and die.
Sometimes forget how good Michiru is a singer as well. You can really kind of hold a note, and this is a yeah, God, some of the tracks. I mean, in Vienna, I think what really surprises most people is when he starts singing, and then it kind of rises into that transition into the chorus. It's always surprises people, and I watch people react to Vienna. So he's got a fantastic voice. I remember him in Live Aid as well. Such an amazing performance with his band. Just trying to get I remember there being a big hoo-ha in 1980 about synth and stuff like that, and I could never really understand it because it was really sort of punchy music when I first, heard synth pop. And but yeah, there's a big hoo-ha about it with orchestras and stuff, musicians guild going on strike. But then when you look back at tracks like this, it's to have like synths and pianos, everything playing at once. It really, really, really kind of affects a sort of a mood, and knowing that also there's other instruments, the guitars, there's just traditional ones, and then you've got the vocals and stuff. It's not like you're listening to Kraftwerk. It's something that's the next step in the evolution of a synth music, if you like. And yeah, so when I go back and I listen to synth from the early 80s and stuff, it's unbelievable. It's like a cathedral of sound sometimes because they're experimenting as they're evolving.
And those who dance will spin and turn. And those who wait will wait no more. And those who stop will hear will surely more. And those who
So it went into this really cool outro as well. Anyway, you know what? Let's have a look. See if there's any comments in this. We have got. Oh, it's only 31 comments on this particular video. Such an underrated song. I would agree actually because I haven't heard it for the first time just now. It's it is equally as good to me as Vienna or The Voice. Um, my sister played this on the videos she recorded on VHS by mistake. Oh, that's really cool. So somebody's sister recorded this by mistake on VHS, and our friends were like, "Wow, this is Ultravox." It just must be amazing. I mean, I remember when I first heard Vienna, it was incredibly amazing and very appropriate for the time of year in this dark, misty video with a horse. Uh, okay, so R.I.P. Chris Cross. So, yeah, didn't know that member of the Ultravox had passed away. But yeah, generally not too informative, but lots of praise for this track, and why not? Because it's absolutely fantastic. So I'm gonna wrap it up there. I think this was a real mind blower. I can't wait to maybe download it off. I'm quite old school. I mean, I still buy music from things like Amazon and stuff to listen to, which is probably not old school at all. It's probably mediumly old, vaguely old school. But yeah, I'm definitely going to download this one in some form or another. And yeah, I can't wait to listen to it on my way to work. So, folks, please let me know what you think of this. And I'm absolutely made up that I got around to listening to it. And it's a wonderful track. So, join me in the comments below. Until next time, take care of yourself and have a great rest of the week.